which season are you in? Yeah, and what do you ought to do in that season? Now, what are examples of the things that you're going through that will define your season? And I think this is the toughest season for all of us. It's like the night. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whatever time you're listening to me from. This is another episode of Strategic Lenses. My name is Susan Atieno. Now, you might have listened to my other episodes. Please keep checking them out, keep listening, keep posting, keep tagging, keep subscribing to my YouTube channel, and let's learn together. Today I would like to talk about seasons, and I've called it songs and seasons, but I'm going to talk about seasons. Then at the tail end we're going to talk about the songs. Now, there are different types of seasons. We know them, we learned them in school. There is spring, summer, autumn, winter. The way autumn sometimes is called as fall, it's referred to as fall. So the four types of seasons are, each of the four divisions of the year marked by a particular weather pattern. Yeah, so these are the earth seasons, resulting into Earth's changing position with regard to the sun. So these are just the seasons that normally, the Earth experiences throughout the year. Now, I would like to bring these seasons into our lives. Now, apart from the Earth, let me give it another definition. A season could be a TV series or a sequence. So you'd have, a program having first season, second season, third season, and on each season there's an episode. Now the season comes after like the 10 episode, it finishes, then you go to the next season. That is another definition. The third one is the seasoning, like it's as a verb, it can be used to, to add spice or to season the taste of food. So that is also a season. Now, we want to apply this into our lives. Like every day of our lives or every moment of our life, we are going through a certain season. The question is, you need to ask yourself, are you going through spring? Are you going through summer? Are you going through autumn? Are you going through winter? Which season are you in? And those are the things that I would like to break down to you today. So you can just try to realize which season are you in, yeah, and what do you ought to do in that season. And what are examples of the things that you're going through that will define your season? Now, there are three characteristics of seasons. Seasons are an equalizer, guys. All of us go through seasons. It's a guarantee that you will pass from one season to another. Number two, they change. They are a cycle. You're going from one cycle to another. This season comes, it ends, you enter into another season. This one ends, all of us. Number three, they pass. They are not permanent. So when one season comes, another season will get into another season. So you will not stay into one season all your life. There's always a season that will always come after that. Okay, so put that in mind. Now let's look at them in detail. For example, in the normal lives of, let's say, our grandmothers, our grandfathers who have gone, who are older than us, way older than us, or even our parents, a human being will go through the four seasons. Spring, for example, it represents birth. Like something that is being a new beginning, something that is being given birth to, that is spring. Then you go to summer. Summer is, as you know, is a hot season, long sunny days. It represents signs of growth. It represents your youthful stage, for example. Then you go to autumn or fall. It represents your adulthood. You're not coming into being an adult. That is the season. And then winter, which is the coldest season, represents sadness or even death. So looking at someone's life, especially those who have gone way ahead of us, as a human being, those are the seasons that are represented, in terms of the life of a person. But what I would like to bring us to our space today is, in my current age, I have experienced these different seasons from one age to another. So I may not have experienced an older age, but in my space, I have gone through different seasons. And you can go through different seasons, the four of them, between, let's say, 2 to 3 years or 5 years. You can experience the four of them. So this is what I want to look at. Let's start with spring again. This is when it's warm. This is when the trees and the plants grow and they bring out new leaves. And as I've mentioned, it's the period of hope. It's a period of new beginnings. It's the period of opportunities. Now ask yourself, are you in your summer season, for example? Are you getting a new job, for example? Are you getting into a new relationship? Maybe it's marriage, you're getting married. Maybe it's even getting a new car, you know. Are you getting into a new position? Are you moving houses? Are you getting a newborn? Are you expectant and getting a child? Like, these are new beginnings, these are opportunities. This signifies hope and birth of something new. So if there's something new that is happening in your life, then you're in the season of spring. Now, going into the season of summer, this is now when you start settling. I think I've used the word settle here, because as much as it's the hottest season, there are also signs of growth. There are also signs of need for protection. And with need for protection, there's also a lot of distractions. Because this is where you're getting comfortable, you're settling, you're figuring out things. You are having many options. For example, if you move houses, and you've settled, you're trying to settle. Let's say 3 months on, so not even 3 months, let's say 1 month, 2 months, you'll start figuring out where is the best school for my children if you have children. Where is the best church that is the closest? If you're a believer, I'll go to church. Where is the nearest supermarket? Where is the nearest hospital? Where is, you're figuring out. This is your season of summer. You're putting things into order. You have options. You're becoming comfortable. You're settling, the sun is out, we are having many options to see which is the best for us. And then we go to autumn or fall season. Now here you've settled. Here you have things figured out. You know where you're going tomorrow. When you need to go to the supermarket, you know where you're going. You want to go to the market, you know where you're going. You want to go to the hospital, you know where it is. You have figured it out. So in autumn, now you're coming to bring your seasons. This season brings you successes and achievements. And with successes and achievements, guys, what comes along? Failures. So this is where you're starting to balance. Yes, we have settled, we are good. If it was marriage, yes, we were happy, we got into this marriage, we settled. But now we are getting into the 4th, 5th year, and we are like, wait, is this the person whom I thought they were? Yeah, you gave birth to a child and you're happy, you gave birth, it was a new opportunity, a new person in your life, you're settling, you figured out the diapers, you figured out the feeding, you figured out, but wait, 1 year, 2 years, you're like, terrible twos is here. So with all the options that you have, you're also learning from your failures and your mistakes. You're making mistakes that some you didn't even know where to get a solution, or you didn't know what to do. And it's only by making those mistakes that you're able to realize that I am learning. That is your season of autumn. And then winter. This is now your cold season, your sad season, your lonely season, your sick season, your heartbreak season. Oh my God, and we've all gone through winter. We have a lot of people who are in difficult situations. Normally, if you're in a difficult situation, it could be your season of winter. One advice, please don't die. Remember, seasons pass. Remember, they are a cycle. And I think this is the toughest season for all of us. It's like the night. And they say, the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. Like, go out, look at the star, look at the moon, and remember that in your winter season, your saddest, heartbreak, most, I don't know, you don't even know if this season will pass. Remember that morning will break. You will go back to your season of spring. Most people in this season tend to throw in the towel and say, guys, I cannot do this anymore. You just give up on yourself and you're like, it's such a dark season. No, it will pass. Remember, seasons pass. It is a season that will come and go. If it's a tough financial situation you are in, imagine it will come and go. I don't know if sometimes you see yourself 2 years, you remember what you went through 2 years ago, and you're like, did we actually pass that season? Yes, you did, because seasons pass. So whatever it is that you take out of this episode, just remember that seasons pass. And especially if it is the dark moment, your winter season, they are there to make us stronger. They are there to open up. You need to take those challenges as opportunities so that you learn from them, and then you move on back to your spring season, which becomes a cycle. So talking about the winter season, just remember that it will pass. It will pass. And then another thing that I would like to talk about this episode is the importance of having a song in your heart when you're going through a season. Always have a song that carries you through a season. I don't know, sometimes if you listen to some music and it reminds you of either a happy time, a dark time, a joyous time, it could have been with family, and you're like, oh my God, this song, when I used to listen to it 2 years ago, it reminds me of this. Because there's something about memories. Memories travel with emotion. Like you could have a memory of something can trigger you with a memory that happened in the past. And remember, you will remember the exact emotion that you felt when that thing happened 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So memories travel with emotion. So song that will walk you through a season. Have a song that will remind you of the battles and the victories and the joyous moments and the sad the sad moments, it's good to remember them but not stick there. But there are some songs that took us through very tough times that we ought to have in our hearts. Some of the songs that have taken me through tough seasons, like in my winter season, there's this song with Travis Green that says, I don't know how, but you did it, but you made a way. It's a very powerful song for me. When I listen to it in a spring season or in a summer season, I'm like, yes, God made a way where there seemed to be no way. And now when I was entering a season of, I called it a season of rest. There's a song by Steve Green. It says, be at rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good. So when I remember those songs, I'm like, yes, those were tough seasons, and they took me through those seasons. And even in my joyous season, I have songs that take me through those seasons. So my practical bit for today on strategic lenses is look at your seasons with a very different lens. Remember, even the Bible says seasons pass. There's a time for everything. There's a time to cry. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to make merry, and there's a time to mourn. Know which season you are in. Know what you need to do in that season. Remember, even the most joyous seasons will pass. And if those can pass, then your winter seasons will also pass. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. It's been really nice, sharing my content with you. Keep subscribing to my channel, listening to our podcast. We're on Spotify and all the other platforms. And until next time, see you. Bye.